How's it going, ladies and Bruce? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. We've got a whole bunch of information. We are looking for Ruby now on the beach. We've got a lot of things to do on the coast, but the first thing we're going to do is report the dead body at his apartment, at apartment number 20. It should be sad. Let's go and get that done first because we're near there. So it's at the apartments where the smoking man was. Keep an eye out for tear, you never know, we might need more money. We're down to $32 after all. Apartment 20, the other guy's apartment was 28, so I don't, is that up the top? It must be, eh? Must be. We'll talk to the cleaning lady. She knows where all the apartments are. Hello. You remember me?
Give me a moment.
I'm looking for Billy Magine. Do you know where she lives? She narrows her pale eyes. It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find Magine's apartment, 20 upstairs. It's one of the doors on the balcony. Yeah, I thought so. Alright. Let's go. So it's near where the smoking guy was. Alright, which one of these is apartment 20 then? Let's try this one, I guess. That's it. A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Super loignon? Lieutenant motions you to go ahead and knock. Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move. What should we expect? You're right. Let's talk this through. He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit. You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio. We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Magine. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. The reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Do you have any advice on how to tell her the news? Dead. Just don't say that you know how she feels. You don't. Alright, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice comes from the other side of the door. And someone turns down the radio. Is this Billy Magine's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please. Give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside. Tidying up nervously.
Come in. The door is open.
In we go. Let's have a look around. An empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. The same brand of cigarettes is found in the trash next to the deceased. Packages of humanitarian aid macaroni. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Can't they afford curtains? A chalk-drawn height chart for children growth over the years. A textbook for high school, mathematics, trigonometry mostly. The clock is ticking away with its old cheerfulness. It's a kid's room. Poster of contemporary pop stars adorn the wall. Alright, let's see how this goes.
Hello, I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea, lemonade? We're out of coffee. I was supposed to get some tomorrow.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. Condensation from stepping inside. Thanks, but I'm alright. Is this about Victor, my husband? Was he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up from the station if that's what... She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face. Something changes in her expression. No, this is something much worse. Is he in hospital? How bad is it? How about some small talk before you break the news? Oh my god, this is low. You live here with Victor, your husband, right? It's me, Victor, and the kids here, she nods. We have two daughters, Jenny and Jolie. How old are your daughters? Jolie is 16 and Jenny is getting 18 next month. And where is everybody? I don't see anyone around. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight, and Victor is out. Out where? He has a problem with drinking, and so he disappears every now and then. He's probably in the pox, drinking with his friend. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. She smiles sourly. To your knowledge, do you know if he made it to the library? No, I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. She looks at the front door. Shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days. What was the name of the library? Oh, it's in Jamrock, the one on Miro Street. I don't know the official name. Central Jamrock Public Library? I think, yeah, if that's the one on Miro. It is. What was he supposed to do in the library? Just to return a book of mine. Why? She looks at you quizzically. Why all the questions, Detective? Did he... Was it the glinting curve? Yes, she becomes unsettled as she says that, her forehead scrunched up into a worried expression. Do you remember what he was wearing when you last saw him? His old leather jacket. Can you describe it? It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so... What about the inner lining? Yeah, she stops. The lining is hand-sewn, it's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around in the middle of winter. There's something else I have to tell you. She folds her hands across her chest. Here it comes. 17%, that's real bad. Tell her about the dead body? I don't want to. But we have to. I don't want to do this. Force yourself. Slap yourself. It seems there's a part of me that refuses to do this. Do what? Officer, the lieutenant warns you. It's too late, you ruined it. Just say it now. Your husband's dead. Excuse me? What? She blinks. What did you say? She's in pain. There's so much pain, and so are you. Your chest is burning. The lieutenant steps in. We're very sorry to inform you, but your husband, Victor Magine, was found dead this morning from the Martinez boardwalk. Oh. She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater. Oh, she says again, but he was just... She looks at the kitchen table, where 2 cigarette butts are still in the ashtray. I understand that this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner, he points to you, are here for you if you have any questions. We're very sorry for your loss, ma'am. What happened to him? Tell me. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. He fell and smashed his head against the bench. And you just found him there, lying in the cold? She shakes her head. How long had he been there? It's hard to say. She doesn't reply. Her eyes well up with tears, as she struggles to keep it together. You hear the clock ticking in the children's room. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend? A family member? Someone who could be here for you? No. She breathes in. I just need to tell my girls. The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly. It burns like acid. God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home? Look away. Alright, I'll call them. She breathes in again, trying to steady herself. She can't take much more. Her stomach is churning. Soon she'll have to go to the bathroom and scream. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him? For God's sakes, lie. He's in the morgue. And who should I contact? He was taken to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange a funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information. Is there anything else the RCM could do for you? No. I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still a bit... She rubs her face, blotchy and numb. Sorry I couldn't do this. I have a brain condition. A brain condition? Yes, you're a total fucking horror show. You know, it doesn't matter. I'll just leave. Again, if there's anything we could do for you, then don't hesitate to call the RCM, ma'am. She just nods, distant and inconsolable. The bed springs rattle beneath her as she begins to shake. These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon to a scream. I'll take it from here, thank you. She points at the front door, breathing fast now, holding herself back. Lieutenant nods at the woman, then looks back at you, his voice lowered. We should step outside and talk. Set the library card by her, leave the room. Alright, Kim, what's up?
So, the death notification.
The lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment. I'm sorry, I know I fucked up. It's alright, don't worry about it. His eyes wander over the streets. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day. Let them know the name of the deceased. What about Billy and her kids? There's not much you can do for them anymore, I'm afraid. That's it? That's it. We should get back to our case. There's nothing more we can do here. Alright, let's get back to it. He looks at you. An officer? I've seen worse. This wasn't the worst I've seen, okay? Now let's go. Kim, you are the man. Let's go. Alright, we are back. Let's, next step is to go back to the boardwalk, head back to the coast. Oh, we should get the dice from the dice maker while we're here. I mean, we ordered it after all. We've already paid for the bloody thing. We might as well go pick it up. You know? Let's go do that. I wonder if it's worth talking to the other mercenary. Oh, let's just get this dice for now. I wish I could do something for Annette. Her mum's so awful.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
All the pressure has made Annette really anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails? God, I told her not to do that. It's disgusting, and I told you to mind your own business. Her voice is firm. Clearly you have no idea how hard it is to raise a girl in this economy. I don't think she can do anything about it. She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks. Come on, man. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You're placing an unnecessary burden on a young child. What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an arsehole. All of a sudden she exhales sharply, her shoulders slump down. Oh no, she mutters. Hold on, I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be freezing out there. There, she returns with a nod. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. Is this husband Annette's father? Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here, she says gloomily. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for the Grand Coron. Grand Coron? What's that? It's a proper place to live, one of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. Their smile is wide. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times are ahead for sure. And your husband's involved with the bookstore. He made the initial investment, since he's what you might call a silent partner. Super silent, almost inaudibly so. Is she an only child? Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had. She pauses for a second. No, we couldn't afford more children really, not in this economy. Of course, yes, this economy. Exactly, she agrees wholeheartedly. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore. Plaisance nods. She's been too busy helping me here, so she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She'll be back in school the moment the store takes off. And hell freezes over. Never mind, this is not a good topic to get into. Alright, I had something else in mind. Farewell. At least she apologised to her, I guess. Let's go talk to the dice maker. I came to pick up my die. Very good, that'll be 7 real for 1 custom die. Ooh, that's expensive. Here's the cursed die you ordered. The dice maker opens her desk drawer and hands a tiny black sphere with 6 phrases written on it. Read the phrases. The phrases read, take all, lose all, 50-50, nothing happens, roll again, and God is indifferent. What is this? It's a die, confirms the dice maker with a subtle smile on her face. Try rolling it. Cast the cursed die. You throw the ball on the floor and it ends on one of the phrases facing upwards. God is indifferent. Good. Now roll again, detective. It lands in the exact same result. God is indifferent. It declares again. It's a sphere pretending to be a 6-sided dice. Each roll will end with one of the phrases facing up. The die originates in Ilmara, where it was used for cleromancy. Except I weighted the die. When you try rolling it, you realise that each time it gets you the exact same result. God is indifferent. This is our curse. It's even worse than she says. God is dead. We live in a forsaken age. You're saying that the end result doesn't matter. Thanks, I'll keep it. Good luck, officer, she says with a mischievous smile, before turning back to her table. Oh, it wasn't free. I was going to say free dice, but it was $7. It was expensive. That was cool, though. Nice little side project. Let's get back out there. We're gonna head to the coast. Let's go. Alrighty, finally it's time to head back into the coast. Who knows what we'll find there this time. We got a lot to look for. God, so far we haven't talked to anyone there with Kim in our team though. He was away when we first went there. So we done all of this without him. So it should provide some new dialogue at least, with Kim's thoughts. Yeah, let's talk to you.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much? What's with you and the waves? What's it with waves and fishermen? She tilts her head and looks at the sea. We need to be out there, with them, fishing, making a living, so I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try and assist you the best I can, she has with a smile. So what'll it be, officer? I'm looking for someone, maybe you can help. Let's see. She tilts her head ever so slightly. Who are you looking for? I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood. Okay, when did this person stay here? Very recently. Over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday? Oh, she looks slightly disappointed. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Really? Yeah, that's the optimal time. Gotta make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. A faint smile runs across your face. Maybe I can help you find someone else. That's it, I'm not looking for anyone else right now. Then how can I assist you, officer? Alright, let's see who else we can talk to then. How about the washerwoman? Maybe she can wash this jacket for me as well.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me? I can wash it for you, she says, after looking the jacket over, but it's going to take half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long? No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put. I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day, the lieutenant says, rubbing his thigh. Yeah, I'll wait. Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one, she nods, handing the jacket back to you. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. Hope you take better care of it than the last owner. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? Nay, haven't seen anyone lately. Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about? This is my little cinder block town. She nods with a wrinkled smile. I know what goes on around here. She's been evasive. She knows something. There was a murder in Martinez. He points east. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help. Would you now? She turns to him. I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. This isn't about the union. Don't have to worry about retaliation. Ah, I should have known. She shakes her head. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We're not in the habit of being afraid around here. Enough of this. You better start talking right now. I see that you know something, but you've decided not to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now that there's something else. I see, ma'am. Lieutenant turns to you. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway. You should look into her shack. Around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too. Alright, let's check it out. Is there anything else? Oh, the floorboard! Of course! As you look, the floorboard in this corner of the shack, it's clear that one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of the floorboard next to it looks scratched. Move the board aside. The hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. What's in here? Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks more like reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand though. Search through the sand and sawdust. You stick your hand and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust and then Something hard wrapped in paper. What is it? 9mm bullet. A small cylindrical object. You pull out a bullet. A 9mm bullet to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. This bullet isn't for a breech loader like the murder weapon. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. Can we shave yet? No. Need to boost my hand-eye coordination first. Let's talk to the washerwoman.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack? God damn that girl, she murmurs softly. A bullet. The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod. Then turns to the washerwoman. You didn't put it there, did you? She did. Gone and hid things in there? She shakes her head. She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. You rented the room to her. The old woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, wringing out a rag. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before, when she'd been in trouble, or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here. When was this? She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water. What's she gotten herself into, that girl? That's for the police to find out. Lieutenant takes out a familiar blue notebook. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few. You said she left on Monday. Yes, early. With the dogs. Around 8 o'clock, I think. She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up. Just like it did you. Kim, she must have heard your Kanema. Yes, that's the downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. His voice is tinged with pride. It lets the bad guys know when you're coming. Is the room exactly as she left it? I cleaned it like I always do. Is there anything else there? No. The truth, sire. What is she like, Ruby? She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. She rubs her cold hands together. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation, so I appreciate that about her. Did she talk much to you about during her stay? No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. What do you mean? She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. Why do you think she left the bullet there? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. She looks back into the shack thinking, where did she go? I don't know. Further up the coast? She tried to leave, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in the heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots heading up north. It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment of silence, she says, you'll never find her, you know. Her tone is without malice. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived. I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We're persistent. Further up the coast we go then. Are you sure you wouldn't rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heat? She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now. Seems like a better idea to me. The Field electric mural. You feel as if you should go look at it again. Step closer this time. Field electric mural. What the hell is that? One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She looks around. The air is getting colder. She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in. The Field electric mural. That was on my map, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't. Map wall? I don't know. I don't know. Let's go talk to this guy and give him his jacket back.
Tequila sunset.
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately? Can't really remember seeing any woman after losing my keys. It's a touchy topic. He hasn't gotten laid in ages. He really has no idea who Ruby is, so here's your jacket, freshly washed. My jacket? Yeah, the one you had me clean the seagull shit off of. A look of consternation crosses a man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you. What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? What the fuck are you talking about? Rosemary, what the fuck is Tequila talking about? Aye, that's the jacket you stole 2 weeks ago from that kid who was making it with his gal on the beach. That's disgusting. I've never done anything like that in my life. You're both delusional, he scoffs. Fallen? That's medium concept stuff. It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological. I went through some dark shit to get this for you. Take the fucking jacket. You know what? Fine. Maybe I can pawn it for some booze. Aye, good thinking. Asshole. Alright, let's go. Alright, we got a bunch of stuff to do once we get out onto the coast proper. Have we got our constitution boosted enough to be able to talk to that other guy? There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deeper under the earth. Kim, any idea what's down there? No idea. He takes his glasses off to polish. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. Think we might find Ruby down there? We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. River Shoal sewer system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. He puts his glasses back on. In conclusion, she could be under any building. But not in there. He looks into the slit and sighs. I hope not. What's in there? It's just a storm drain for the sewer. Yell ho into the slit. There's no echo and no answer. Everybody in the house say yo. That's the mural, right? That they were talking for me to look at again? Bars covering these long, dusty windows. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. I've never seen like this for 40 years. Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? No, he shakes his head. The window rattles in their frames. I won't even try. You know, he takes his glasses off. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes. Because he had to show me things. It's that bad. Can he still shoot, though? Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting course to 7 out of 10. Field electrical, there you go. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The sign has just peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Field Electrical R&D. A slogan is used to intertwine... Yeah, I remember this. Step closer. Above the mural, a collapsed roof. Broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall. And the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Field Electrical, how ironic. All these dark rooms. Field Electrical. You only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. Why do I feel like I know this place? Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and disperse warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since. Could Ruby be here? In there? She could, or... He points behind you. She could be in the identical ruin over there, or in the boat shack, or in the church tower, maybe. Why single out this building? 72%? My god! I gotta stop failing these awesome checks. Suddenly all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear the distant waves washing the coast. The ruin in front of you is as silent as a tomb. What was I even attempting to do here? Trying to talk to the wind, the city? Whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing here with your hands fallen to your side. She could be anywhere. How do we find her? How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. The lieutenant sighs, and then gets a hold of himself. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We've already talked to the cryptozoologists. He looked to his right. Working with them might give us a good excuse to run around. Give us some structure. And then there's the church. He looks at the bell tower. We've already searched that. You can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way. Sector by sector, go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can, enter first, like we did in the village. And if that fails, if we don't find it, then if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drains, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that. He looks behind him, at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm. Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. Buckle up and raise your collar. The search is going to be wet and cold. Okay, I can't believe how do we keep failing these checks? We can have 90% and we'll fail almost every time anyway. That's ridiculous. Alright, we're going to boost our shivers. Because that's what it was. And then we'll put a point in because we have to, otherwise we can't retry it. That's +1 shivers as well. Even though it's -2 physical instruments, so I don't want to keep that on. Anything minus shivers up here? No, we're good. Then we need to put a point in shivers. It's at 7. It's monstrously high. 97%. Well, we failed that before. Let's try it again. Suddenly there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it. Where does it go? In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below, the boardwalk, its winding tunnels a whisper away. I think she's down there below this building. Okay, why? Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells. Good, yes, cold spells. He seems incredulous. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there. Yes, I can literally talk to my hangover. The wind told me. Call it a gut feeling. He shrugs. How do we get in there? The doors are on the collapsed side of the building. They're gone, basically. Finally, my time to shine. There's a ladder next to the sign. Point to them. Perhaps we can climb them, enter through the roof. Perhaps you can climb them. We're not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old and I plan to see 70. There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break the ladder. Break if the ladder fails. We got a pipe here and we got a ladder here. What's the ladder chances? A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing. It doesn't look good at all. Assess the situation. Distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's, what, 3 meters above the ground and you're 180? Seems about right. Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder instead? What if we were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? What if I don't climb? What if I teleport? The lieutenant stares at you stone-faced. Teleportation is not a thing. Even if it isn't. No one told you. Come on, Kim, where's your adventurous spirit? This really has nothing to do with adventure. We're dealing with basic physics here. Won't hurt to try. Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot. Oh my god, I got a 72% chance to teleport to the roof. Alright, that's what we're going to do before we wrap it up. Go! All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to do is do it. Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear. Your atoms fading out of existence. Oh my god, I can't believe it. You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement. I did it, Kim. I teleported. I just saw you climb the ladder. The lieutenant shouts from below. You just climbed it like a regular person. The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear, "Never mind, just find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup. Especially if you think we have if you think the suspect might be hiding there." Alright, we need to wrap this episode up. I can't believe that worked. We'll check out that pipe when we get out there too, but till then, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.